Hi, Julie Rader here with the astrological update for the Libra full moon happening on the 16th of April. And this is an interesting one. So the full moon is always when the moon and the sun are opposite each other in the sky. Libra is all about relationships and collaborating and working together. The ruler of Libra is Venus. And then Aries is really about being a leader. And oftentimes, as a leader, one is not collaborating with others. So when we have the full moon, we are really taking a look at where in our lives are we working well with others? Where in our lives are we um, trying to take the lead? And where do we need to take the lead more and not worry so much about what other people think? Libra tends to be a people pleaser. Aries can sometimes be very direct and almost too direct. So where can we find the balance between the two? And that's what Libra is all about, finding the balance. So we're setting clear, healthy boundaries for ourselves, yet at the same time, being open and expansive, because we just are coming off of this Neptune Jupiter conjunction in Pisces, which knows no boundaries at all. So this full moon also, it is happening where it is square Pluto. So both the moon and the sun are square Pluto because the moon and sun are opposite each other in the sky. So they're forming what's called a T-square. So Pluto in Capricorn, which has been in Capricorn for quite some time, Pluto is all about transformation. So death and rebirth. What old ways of being are no longer serving us both emotionally and in how we step out into the world, so that we can step out into the world in a new way. If we are one who has been too much of a people pleaser, maybe we have to let some old thought patterns or paradigms die away, where we aren't so concerned with what other people will think, and instead we're asking ourselves what is best for my own needs. So that's a big theme. Or if we have been one that has been really just trying to push through and not collaborate with others, if we've been trying to do everything on our own and not ask for help or not find a partner, whether it's romantic or business or anyone, a teammate, somebody that can actually help and we can support each other, maybe we actually need to ask for help more. Maybe it's time for us to collaborate and work with others. So ask yourself what maybe is true for you. And especially because days prior to this full moon, we have the sun sextile Saturn, sun in Aries, sextile Saturn in Aquarius. The sun in Aries is exalted. It loves being in Aries. It is at its a very high dignity where it is just feeling happy because it can really express its radiant vitality. Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. So Saturn is very comfortable in Aquarius. So when the sun and Saturn made this sextile, this harmonious aspect, it really is where both the sun and Saturn can push through and they can be more authoritarian. But when they work together, that's really what this full moon is about. Where can we work together and still stay in our power? So we are really being asked to look at this full moon. Also, like I mentioned, this is just days after the Jupiter Neptune conjunction, and then just days after the full moon. So on the 17th, we have Mercury very active. Mercury, so that the energies before and after are still relevant to this full moon, and this full moon is really kicking off this eclipse season. So on the 17th, we have Mercury in Taurus making a beautiful harmonious aspect to Venus. So Mercury in Taurus is really wanting to think about how we communicate and how we do so in a grounded way, making this beautiful aspect to Venus and Pisces. Venus loves being in Pisces. She is at her exaltation there, very, again, high dignity. So, really about how can we express our worth, our self-worth, and how can we express with love the things that we need to communicate. Mercury also is conjunct Uranus just the day after this full moon. So Mercury and Uranus and Taurus, this is really expect the unexpected. Maybe as you're speaking with a loved one, maybe secrets are being revealed to you or from you. Maybe it's time to break through or talk about that elephant that's been in the middle of the room. That is definitely something that could occur around this full moon, because Uranus, when it's conjunct Mercury, it's like expect the unexpected. We may hear something shocking come out in the news, in the media as well. So really the overall themes for this new moon, and in a moment I'll go through and talk about the new moon through each of the signs. It's really about dream, because we're still in this Neptune Jupiter conjunction. Collaborate. How can you collaborate with another to help realize your dream? Or how can you help another manifest their dream? Communicate with love. And again, expect the unexpected. So these are all themes of this full moon. Now let's go through and I'll just briefly talk about what area of life this could be affecting you. And specifically, if look at your rising sign, that's your AC, your ascendant, but also for your sun and moon as well. So if you know all three, listen to all three, put them all together for a big picture view of how to best utilize this full moon energy in certain areas of your life. So for you, Aries, this is all about shining a light on your relationships. Where can you collaborate with another? If there has been a struggle, your needs versus another person's needs, where can you actually put yourself in the other person's shoes and see if you can look at the situation or the relationship with a new set of eyes? Taurus, this is happening for you in your 6th house. This is all about work, health, routines, day-to-day routines, taking a good look at your health. Have you gotten into some unhealthy habits? And if so, it is time to get back to a healthy daily routine. Gemini, this is happening in your 5th house. It's shining a light on your kids, or where maybe you can be more childlike. Also, any entrepreneurial endeavors or just creative endeavors where maybe you used to be more creative or even romantic and you've let that side fall away, especially with Libra being there and shining a light in your 5th house. It is time to reactivate your romantic nature. Cancer, this is happening for you in your 4th house. This for you is all about home and family. The 4th house is your house, the house where you feel most comfortable. So shining a light and looking at your home, looking at your family, looking at your relationships. Where can you work together? Where can you set boundaries if you need to? If you've been people pleasing a lot, maybe it's time to speak with love or communicate, or really maybe this full moon is shining a light on that elephant in the middle of the room. Leo, this is happening for you in your 3rd house, the house of communication. So for you, Leo, it is really looking at how you communicate. Maybe there's something that you are ready to put out into the world, a book. Maybe it's time for you to start a YouTube channel or something like that, or something communication wise that you have put aside, and it's time to get it going again. Virgo, this is happening for you in your 2nd house. It's shining a light on your finances, looking at where you're spending money, where you're receiving money, looking at your budget, shining a light, making adjustments where necessary. Libra, this is your full moon. It's happening in your 1st house. It's all about you embodying who you are and taking a good look at, are you people pleasing? Is it time for you to then um, really think about your own needs? This full moon is shining a light on where you've been putting others first and asking yourself the questions of why. Why you, is it because you're worried about what other people think? So really taking a good look at what you want, sitting with that question. What do I want? What do I truly want? And not thinking about how others are going to react to it. Scorpio, this is happening for you in your 12th house. It is shining a light on your unconscious and your subconscious. Now, you are one that can definitely go to the depths of emotional states. So take some time this full moon, maybe even take some time alone. Go inward. Take a good look at what's going on internally and be really honest with yourself and ask yourself where you can find more balance in your life. Sagittarius is happening for you in your 11th house. This is a house of friends and networks and aspirations. So, taking a good look at this area of your life, the tribes of people you spend time with, do they reflect back to you who you want to be? Because remember, the people that you spend the most time with are really a reflection of you. So really take a good look at the people you're spending time with and make adjustments if needed. Capricorn, this is happening in your 10th house. It is all about career. It is shining a light on your career and your social status. Taking a look at what do you want for your career? Where can you collaborate with others? Capricorn, you are one that you can do it all. You tend to be more the CEO of the zodiac, but where can you actually collaborate and work well with others to enhance your career or even find more joy in your career? And Aquarius, this is happening for you in your 9th house. 9th house is philosophy, travel, spirituality. So really shining a light on these areas and asking yourself, are you still stuck in old ways? Are you doing things in a way that is working well with others, or are you pushing against and thinking about how you're working against others? Take a good look at that, at these qualities this full moon. Where can you collaborate really well with others? So really think about it this full moon. Where can you start another collaborative endeavor with like-minded people who are on a spiritual path with you? And last but certainly not least, Pisces. This happening in the 8th house. It is shining a light on secrets being revealed or other people's money. So really looking at these areas, looking at maybe where you've been secretive or having an eye, really listening, especially because we're coming out of this Jupiter Neptune conjunction in Pisces. Your intuition is even stronger, and it will be this full moon too, with the full moon falling in your 8th house. So listen to what is not being said. Listen to the unseen and the unsaid, and trust your intuition and allow it to guide you. All right, thank you so much for listening. As always, please share the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.